see what's going on here. Just taking a minute. All right, Zach, we should be live. Let me. All right, we're live. James is getting set up, guys. I think we're good. Let me get my camera on. James, you there? You're frozen. Uh-oh. He did something. That's not cool. James. Hey, Facebook Live. We're waiting on James. While he's getting hooked up, we'll get all the other stuff out of the way. I think he's going to probably log back in here for a second. There he is. Cool. He's back. He's trying to get his tripod or ready for a camera. But yeah, today we're going to be talking to James Simpson. As soon as he gets done there, I'll let you look at his beautiful mug there. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jerry Martin. We're been blessed to own over 30 different businesses in the last 15 years, 20 of which has been in the fitness industry, along with my great partners, my beautiful wife, and a not so good looking partner, Joey. He's in the next room. He don't know we're doing this. Anyway, so we also put on a fitness and retention conference once a year. This year is going to be in Atlanta, September 22nd, 23rd. Zach is going to put a link below this video. And what you'll find with that link, you'll be able to watch last interviews. So this is, I think, the 5th interview. So we plan on doing this every Thursday around 2:30 Eastern time. Next week's going to be with Lisa, and she's going to be at the conference. We're going to be at Functional Aging Conference in Orlando next week, and she's going to be one of the speakers there. So I'm going to try to pull her aside and see if we can actually do a remote live interview there, which would be awesome. So if you click the link, you get to see last week's videos or prior videos of stuff. There was a couple that's been amazing. Aaron was amazing. Chad Smith was amazing. They're always amazing. Andershawn. And they're just giving us little nuggets of what they do inside their club to help them be successful, help them bring customers into the club and retaining clients. That's what we all want to do, right? Another thing you'll get to, if you go to that page, you'll see the conference page, link to the conference. We are selling early bird tickets at a whopping $147 a piece, which is insanely cheap to get the knowledge. This is a retention conference, so our main focus is on teaching retention. There's no other conference out there really focused on retention. So if you're in the fitness industry and you have, unlike James here, which has a retention rate of 94%. James spoke at our last conference, was amazing. We had so many, everybody loved his speech. So yeah, he's an amazing presenter, amazing club owner, been doing this for years. Are we ready, James?
Ready to rock and roll.
All right, let's see if I can read this thing. So we're side by side. Hey, now we're side by side. We side by side there? Awesome. All right, James Simpson, the man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, name your club, how long you've been in business, and and we'll kind of go from there.
All right. Well, I will tell you, my name is James Simpson, and I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Just get out of the light a little bit. My name is James Simpson, and I own New Body Fitness. We are here in Concord, North Carolina. So for those of you familiar with North Carolina, we are about, I'd say, 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the Speedway, and it's now Charlotte Motor Speedway. We can actually hear the race cars during race season or during a race. And just outside, one exit away from Charlotte, North Carolina, which is the biggest city in North Carolina. And we have been in business now. I started my business back in 2000, but part-time, working corporate America, doing the whole, training clients on the side. Came out of corporate America in 2006, started training full-time, opened my first facility in 2009.
Gotcha.
It's a little history on me.
Yeah, a little history now. Before we jump into how you was able to get your retention so high, take us around your facility there. We, as club owners, like to be nosy. I think every time there's a new club in town, I want to drop by and just kind of look and see what's going on. So yeah, take us inside, show us how you laid out. I'm assuming you do group training, right?
We have we have personal training,
Okay.
semi-private training, and we have group training. Our group training is our boot camp model, and it accounts for roughly 92% of our clients are doing group training, and then that other 78%, in terms of just training, we're talking about just the training side, are doing personal training. We also have other services. We have food coaching services, massage therapy services, but of that 100% that I gave is just from the training services. That's how it's made up.
Gotcha. And James is a numbers man, so you can ask him any numbers. He's got it down pat. Percentages, that's what I did learn about him.
You
And that's the
gotta know
key, though.
your numbers.
You got to know your numbers. You don't know where your business is unless you know the numbers. You should know them as an owner. If you don't know them, you need to find someone on your team to get them for you and put them on your desk every single week so you know where you're at. You don't know where you're going to go unless you know where you're at. So, yeah. So take us around your club. I know you've been to some masterminds. I think you've been in Bedros' mastermind and some other ones. Why
Several
you're showing
masterminds, several coaching groups.
awesome. And
Go ahead.
that's another thing I want to stop on, take a minute there, because a lot of people, they don't go to these conferences. They're gym owners, and I don't have time to go to the conference, or I don't have the money for a mastermind. And I know my response. What's your response to that?
It's really simple. Two things. Number one, you're either working in your business or on your business. So those are only two phases in terms of that. And I didn't want to be self-employed anymore. I chose that I wanted to not own a job. And I didn't, a lot of entrepreneurs say that they're entrepreneurs because they own a business, but technically they're not entrepreneurs. They're not in that phase of entrepreneurship because they are working in their business as opposed to working on their business and allowing their business to produce a lifestyle and produce so they can have a lifestyle and freedom and do the things that they want to do and love to do.
Exactly. And then, that's going to learn from people that have been in doing it longer than you have, that know the systems, that's been where you're at, can say, dude, don't do that. We've been down that road. So really digging in, going to as many conferences as you can. I know you speak at several conferences also. Let me see if I get my language down there. That you're an educator yourself. So that's awesome. Take us around your gym there. I want to see what you got.
Okay, well, I'll walk back towards the door over here.
Can you switch the camera around to the back side?
Yeah. I tell you that that'd be a lot easier. Jerry's telling me he doesn't want to see my beautiful face anymore.
I didn't want to say that on camera, but
So when you come in our facility, and right now we're actually redoing our front area, but so that logo's down, all this stuff. We're actually putting we're getting another logo and a few other things put up here, and that's the front door when you come in our facility. So you're coming in this direction, and just office spaces here, staff, bathrooms, and we have a sales office in here, and all that's kind of, to me, boring. It's things that people overthink, man. I tell people it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So don't spend time worrying about those things. Have make sure you're still with me. You're still with me?
Yeah, you cut out just a tad, so you're back.
Okay. All right. This is where the magic happens here. This space is roughly 4,000 square feet. Wow. So you can see what we do is our workouts are broken up into 6 levels. So over here is the beginner level. We don't even have those beginners using any types of, they're doing a lot of body weight stuff on movements days, or we're doing weighted movements. And you can see today's boot camp. I'll walk a little closer. As it's laid out, these racks, you can actually work out on both sides of these racks. So this workout right here at just this station is going to accommodate 12 people at this station. And, bathrooms over here, little cubbies. One of my favorite things right here, and we're going to talk about this, one of the biggest keys to retention. I don't know how clear that is, but that is our mission statement and our core values. During sessions, that's the TV, see before and afters on it sometimes, check-ins, different things like that. Right here, you'll see a little wall of fame where you'll see more and more before and afters. And all in all, I mean, I'll keep walking you around. You don't realize it. I think when I'm in it, you can sometimes take for granted, but blessed to have a decent sized facility.
Yeah, that's
So
huge.
this is a lot of equipment back here: kettlebells, dumbbells, and actually cleaning out a back closet right now and reorganizing to make things neater. But this area back here is strictly for PT. So this is roughly 1,200 square feet just for personal training.
Right.
You can see more and more equipment, and that's the lay of the land.
Wow. Okay, cool. Now, as far as your sales, are you still doing any of that, or have you delegated that out, or?
So I believe in delegating things out, but I don't. The last thing I will delegate is my sales. The reason being for me is because my close rate is upwards of 90%, and there's no reason for me to turn that over to anyone else because I've learned how to scale it.
Right.
So I take very few one-on-one appointments. We closed 27 people in the last 2 weeks. And those 27 people, I probably sat down with them. I sat down with about maybe not even half of those people individually, maybe about half. And that's high, 50%. So we do a lot of, for years, before I heard a lot of people about doing group closes and things of that nature, we did a lot of things where we sat down. We did application process. We don't just let anyone, just because you're going to pay, come to our club. I would think that's one of the biggest keys to our retention is because you are filling out an application.
Wow.
We look at it like Ferrari, I think it's the Enzo, you have to be invited to buy. Once you're invited, you're on a wait list for a couple of years. We don't, and the reason being is I tell people straight up front. I mean, when you call us, hey, we want to make sure not only that it's a good fit for you, we want to make sure you're a good fit for us. We have a no douchebag policy, and we want to make sure that, you're not going to be a tool. we have hundreds of people here right now every day that show up, 35 plus people showing up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to that session to work out. They don't want to work out beside of negative Nancy that's complaining. So I need to try you out for just a little bit. While you're trying me out, I need to try you out. And then those people, potential clients, those prospects submit an application. And, it's an application process. It's got a lot of psychology built into it. We've been doing it over the years. And it changes from challenge to challenge, but based off our last 6-week challenge, 93% of the people that were invited to fill out the application became long-term clients. And we honestly do not invite everyone to fill out the application. We do tell them that we appreciate them, we thank them, and we tell them honestly, you know what, I don't know that this is going to be the best fit. And we tell them that there might be someone else. And I don't even let my competitor know, but I referred people to another program just because I wear a size 13 and a half, and they don't make that. So what that means is I have to go between a 13 and a 14 shoe. Some brands just don't work for me, Jerry. And guess what? This right now is just not a good time, I feel, for this business and you. And I'm going to be better served to serve you by telling you that up front instead of you spending time, energy, and money and both of us ending up exhausted.
Holy crap. I love it. So, all right. So what I got out of that is it's like you've created this exclusive club. They want to be there. They hear what you're doing. And go, I've got my application in. Let me see if I can get approved. Right. That's the mindset of
exactly right. I mean, it's exactly the mindset because you are not people, a lady told me one time, well, I come to this gym. Well, that's mistake number one. We are not a gym. We educate our clients on that. I wish there was a way for me to go to our private Facebook group and just screenshot some of the conversations where our current clients are educating, guests and prospects while they're here saying, hey, they don't have classes. They're not teachers. They don't teach classes. They are trainers. They lead sessions. Client means under the protection. Member means something completely different. Member, you're joining something. You're not joining our program. You are under our protection. We are here to look out for you. We're going to call you. You miss a session. You miss that session that week. You don't show up. We've got someone calling you. We've got someone checking on you. You're off with your nutrition. Every single training session, a trainer's asking you how your body's feeling, how your nutrition is. Right. That's not happening when you walk in Planet Fitness or Gold's Gym. They they want to keep your draft as low as possible so you don't cancel.
Man, I love these interviews because every time I get on one, it's like something new. So not only you've created this this club that they want to be a part of, but no wonder your retention rate's so high. You've weeded out the bad, so you know when I say bad, I don't want to say bad, that's a horrible word, but you weeded out the ones that you don't think is going to. I mean, I'm assuming through your questionnaire that you can pretty much figure out if somebody's committed or not. And
it's really what it comes down to. I have something, Jerry, I teach called decaf, and some business coaching. And decaf, I tell people have a cup of decaf sometimes. You don't need the caffeine, just have a cup of decaf. That's DCAF. Decide, commit, take action, stay focused. If they're having trouble deciding, I'm going to decide for you. Now's not the time. If you're having trouble committing, sometimes you decided, but there's a hurdle of commitment. So is that hurdle because I haven't produced or shown you enough value, or we haven't shown you enough value, or is it something in your neurological programming from the past that you just can't get over? And then if that's the case, we need to go ahead and take action right now, and we're going to help you stay focused.
That's awesome, dude. That in itself now, is that something you share, or is that something that get part of your coaching as far as that application process?
Well, in terms of sharing with
other owners, or is there something they can, I don't know, buy from you, get from you, or be part of
I can tell you what, I will put it up. I will put a link up in this video because I do have a retention calculator. I shared that at the conference, but I refined that nutrition calculator. And all I need to do before I share that link, I won't be able to share it immediately after because I've got all of my information. So what I'll do is I'll make a copy of that link, and within 24 hours, I'll get a copy of a retention calculator because a lot of people don't know the difference between retention and nutrition. Right. I'll get that up, and I'll also get in there what our core values are, because that mission and core values is the other component. And I'll also get that final piece of I will give you some of the application process, or maybe I can shoot a short video that is proprietary because there are some things that we're looking to do over the next 24 months that, as we know, this is live, and I know that I probably have other competitors watching this. So I don't mind helping, but it would definitely be in a more intimate setting. Happy to get on the phone with a lot of these people and talk to them because I've been there. We're 10 years. This is 11 years in business. And so I can definitely say been ups, been through the downs.
Yeah, and that's one thing I know about James. He loves helping people. You call him, he's going to answer the phone call. He just, you're a giver. And that's what I love about you. Very spiritual man. God walks with him. Just amazing guy. So that's what draws toward you is that you're such a giver, and your spiritual beliefs. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, keep going because you just blew me away on just the application part. So what else you got up your sleeve there? And thank you for sharing that. I understand that some of it is, I get it. That's why I was didn't know if it, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Oh, that's not a problem, man.
Yeah. So
I'm a very, as a matter of fact, kind of person, and that's how we do. I believe in having a transparent relationship, and I believe in being somewhat polarizing. I would rather people respect me and not like me than like me and not respect me. So what I'll do here, I'm going to turn the camera around again, and I'm going to tell you what I think are 3 keys.
Before you do that, let me stop for a commercial break.
Sure. Sounds good.
Hey guys, if you like these videos, if you love them, please comment. Facebook will promote us. If you comment, like, share, comment, like, share, comment, like, share. If you want me to like your page, send me a request. I will like your page. So please, let's keep this going because the amount of information is coming out of these videos is freaking amazing. The speakers, the ones we had on before, just each one of them has something very special they can share. If you have something that you want to share, I would love to interview you. So reach out to me, put it in the comments. The more us owners can help other owners, the more lives we can change together. The problem is we look at each other like we're competition and go, I don't want to share any secrets, I don't want to do that. But no, we're all in the business of changing lives, and there's plenty of lives out there for us to change. So let's work together and do it. So please comment, share, post. If you like my bald head, I don't care what you say in the comments. You could say how ugly James is. That's fine. He's okay with that. Did I say that? I'm sorry. I meant me. Getting smiling. Anyway, just whatever. I don't care if you just say, what's up? Anything helps, Facebook. But anyway, I'm sorry, James, go ahead.
No worries, man. No worries. Let me turn this camera around. So we're talking about some things that today are going to help these guys that are watching this with retention. So I would say number one, because we're going to assume that we're talking to current business owners as well as brand new. And I'm going to get close because I want to make sure you can see this.
Let's make sure we're not going back. We're going, oh, good. I was making sure it wasn't mirroring. So cool.
Okay. Yeah, it should be good there. I fixed that camera. So culture. You can't see that word culture.
Yep.
Culture is huge. Culture starts with language, how you speak in your club. Things like we don't have members, we have clients. We are not a gym, we are a transformation facility. So that is huge because that is going to automatically tell people who speak a symbiotic language, a similar language, say, hey, that's the place for me. Those guys are speaking my language. So that allows us to identify who our avatar is, and it allows our avatar to identify, hey, that's the kind of business I'm looking for. That's the type of facility I'm looking to train in. And even a lot of times they come through the door not knowing that, but we speaking their language. And when you both speak the same language, we all know that allows you to get on the same page and build a relationship faster.
Right. Cool.
Under culture, I'm going to say our team. I can talk on and on about myself and how I started this company, but I cannot do this without an awesome team. And our team is built by our core values. I know people out there saying, hey, how do I hire? Seems like I lose people because I have trainers that don't do this, don't do that, or a team that doesn't do this and do that. Quit trying to hire a particular person and start to hire based off of established core values. Take some time, establish those values, establish your mission that tells you the direction of the company, that tells you what the company is about, and hire people based off of those core values. So that is exactly, if I were just giving you, and I don't like to give people a ton, but I'm telling you, if you can work on your culture and you can develop your team, and that comes through working and changing the language and making sure that we have proper core values. If you do those two things, you're like, hey, you didn't tell me anything about clients and working with, the clients and doing things like that. Well, guess what? It's going to be a part of your culture, because if you go over to, I'll walk over here and allow you to see this. Let's just look, provide value in all we do, cultivate a positive, enjoyable, and synergistic team environment, lead from the front every day, things like that. Love, protect, and respect our clients and our team. Never let your team down. So you really don't have to spend a bunch of time trying to deal with the fluff. If you say, hey, this is the person that I'm looking to hire, this is the person that I want on my team, and guess what? Those are the clients that we're looking for. Now, that applies a little differently when you're trying to acquire clients, but at the same time, if you let them know this is the standard, we expect you to love, and protect and respect each other, then guess what? That matters. Somebody's getting sleepy back there.
My son over here.
I'm boring him, man. I'm boring him. I got to turn this up a notch. He's like, what in the world is this guy talking about? But no, seriously, you have to step up. We have to step up as club owners. We have a responsibility to serve people at a much higher level. I constantly hear people saying, hey, I think my prices, I was talking to a coach or another trainer today, another facility owner, says, I think my price is too high. I said, I don't think your price is high enough. And here's the thing. If every business right now raised their prices, they would be forced to raise their level of service. And that's what's happening in the industry. Everyone's watering down their price, lowering their price to get more people. But guess what? I'm probably 50% higher than some of the facilities in this area, but they've got to service people, double the number of people. For every 2 people I service 1. Who do you think gets better attention? People in my facility or people in that facility?
Right.
They got to have 400 people. That means they're putting 60, 70 people in their classes. And we're around 30 people in a session. And we have a trainer to client ratio. So anytime we have promotions and things like that, we put more than 1 trainer in there. Mm-hmm. You have to take care. I'm here to serve people. I am not here to make money. I am not here for any other reason just because I'm vain and just love working out. I'm here to serve people. I lost my dad a week after my 16th birthday to a massive heart attack. 2 years later, I lost my uncle. A year after that, I lost my grandfather, all to heart attacks. And I said, you know what? Enough is enough. I dropped out of college and I decided to pursue health and wellness. And this is the path that I went down. And I'm passionate about making sure other moms, other dads get a chance. If there's anything that I can do about it in my team, we're going to do our best to make sure we can extend your life when it comes to health and wellness as long as humanly possible.
Right. I love what you said. And just to go a little bit deeper inside of just me listening to you is, a lot of club owners, it's easier, they think, to drop their price and get people in the door. Yeah, price is going to bring them in the door. But it takes about a year of doing that they're running themselves crazy because they have this revolving door of employees and trainers and clients constantly, and they constantly got to get people into the door because the quality of the people they're attracting are more high maintenance, and they just don't even stick around. So I love your concept that you're handpicking your clients, you're handpicking your employees. And so it makes your life a lot easier because I know you do a lot of outside stuff. When I call you sometimes, you're like, I'm at church or I'm doing this. And it's like, you're supposed to be working. It's like, no, we got it. So you've created a quality life for yourself. And I'm assuming when you went into this, you want to make sure you obtain that quality life with your family and your outside ventures. Then your business is not running you. So I love that you've taken that concept. Most people are scared to take that jump and raise their prices. But if they dig into education, going to seminars, going to mastermind coaches, people will teach you how to provide value into your program. So you're not having to run yourself crazy, selling $99 memberships, and driving yourself nuts. And, so anyway, I'm assuming you're been able to, by doing what you're doing, you have good quality staff that's been with you for a while, I'm assuming.
Yes, we have. I mean, here's the thing. You said something that was key in terms of people raising and lowering prices based off of that. The market's this or all this or all this. I don't think it ever has anything to do with that. Charge what you're worth.
Right.
Charge what you're worth. For, I'd say 37. So for 6 years now, I personally, myself, have been charging $150 an hour for a personal training session. That was where it started at, and it's gone north of that now. I don't train. I've been training one person for the last few years. He's a personal friend of mine. And that's why I continue that, because of the relationship. But it's not because I'm too good for it. It's not, I don't not train in my facility, but two times a week. And it's not because I'm too good for it. It's I do still love it, passionate about it, but I can get more done in 3 hours at 4:30 in the morning on my computer than I can. And I can impact, when I say get more done, by impacting more people. Our email list is grown. We've been fortunate to grow that email list to a decent size. So sending a video out or sending some information out just yesterday in one of our private inner circle coaching groups, I was able to just, put a quick post, put some thought into it, put a quick post and respond to those people. And people say, man, I love this. Right. I love that you're checking in with us and doing this. And another group, we have Thankful Thursdays. And that group today, we're telling things that I'm thankful for, things that they're thankful for. And that takes time. It's not an afterthought with us. It's not an afterthought with me. I'm very methodical and very intentional. So that takes time, but I can impact. The impact is great. The impact now becomes dynamic and not static. And that's why I chose to step back from training some, because I wanted to impact more people. And I take that time to now study, educate, put things in place, and pour into my team. And my team is now an extension. All of my trainers are phenomenal. They are great trainers, from the very newest one to the veteran that's been here over 7 years. Our lead trainer. They're all phenomenal trainers, and I will tell you that they're even better at leading a session than I am. And I have no problem admitting that. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't train them to become better than me. I think that's a lot of gym owners. That's what they're scared of.
They're scared. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They're scared. They're like, they're going to take my business. Not if you take care of them.
Yeah.
Not, if you're filling their needs, which is, then it's not all about pay sometimes. Yeah, you got to pay them well, but if you're feeling the need of theirs to be significant, to what is the other need? I'm sorry, I just went blank. Gratitude and oh gosh, contribution. Making sure their
Contribution. Yeah.
contribution is huge, and that's what we teach. We teach our clients that contribution too. Quick question: your trainers, are they fully involved? Do each of them have like certain clients they take care of and help, or is it just what we find? What I'm trying to say is, what we find in the industry that's happening now is these group training facilities, they've got certified personal trainers and they turn them into class instructors, and that's all they do. And then they're wondering why they can't make any ground, because now they've created a mindset in that trainer. Well, wait a minute, my class is over, my session's over. I'll mingle with some of these people, but I got to go. I'm not getting paid. So I'm assuming you don't run
Well,
that.
we have a full-time accountability coach. So that accountability coach right now is there to make sure and hold clients accountable. And we're actually in the works. I'm sure I might have a client or two watching this, so I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we're in the works actually of developing. So I believe in John Maxwell's 5 levels of leadership. Level 5 is duplicating yourself. So our accountability coach is actually, we've just given some extended responsibility to another trainer, and the lead trainer is going to be working with that trainer to continue to now develop them. So the idea is to kind of pass the torch to make sure you've made it better. Or I built the mousetrap and did the best that I could, and I handed it over to you and said, hey, our training philosophy is identify, develop, execute, assess. So identify what's wrong with that, develop a plan, make it better, execute it, assess it, do it over, pass it to the next person. I have no problem with you. I hired you because there's something in you, and I believe that you can make it better. That's why I want you on the team. I don't need another James on the team. We've got one, and there are days where probably people think that's one too many. So I don't need another one of those. So I would say that what we've done and what we're going to do, we have right now a challenge internally, and that challenge internally is going to allow them to bonus significantly off of some internal things. Those things are driven by retention, culture, other things that's just amongst our team. And then we have a challenge at least once a year where the trainers do break up, and they each we divide all our clients up. The client gets to choose whatever trainer they want. Okay. There's a max of how many clients each trainer can take. And then either I step in and take the rest, or I say to take the people, the non-draft picks. And those are usually the people that have had some challenges with results in terms of, they lost the 40, they gained 10 back because they went on vacation or didn't show up for a little while. So I take those people on, and we have fun with it. We reward those trainers, we reward those clients. We do that once per year. We did it last year. It was a lot of fun. We let those trainers have their own creativity. And the trainer that wins, I think the trainer that won last time got an Apple Watch, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a lot of fun.
Dude, that is awesome. I know we're getting over our 30-minute mark, and I was so intrigued. I don't. Is there anything you want to share before we, anything else that you've been holding back on as far as something else you want to share with everybody?
I believe that I would tell everyone the reason that you hire coaches, the reason that you attend business conferences is because iron sharpens iron. So you can get all the certifications in the world. I could go on and on about certifications. If you really want to know the truth, I made my first $500,000 as a personal trainer. My first year that I made $500,000, I wasn't certified. No certifications.
Wow. Yeah.
So, and that's not to glorify anything, because I didn't have a great profit margin that year. And I learned a lot about business, but it's important to know it had nothing to do. I didn't make that money because of the certification I had. I made that money because I was willing to do whatever it took to serve those people with the best ability I had. And I think that I need all the people watching this to step up their level of service to such just continue to serve and give and give. If you haven't read Go Giver by Bob Berg, read that. You have to give. You have to pay it forward. Don't worry about what you're going to do. It's eventually going to run you down. It's going to overtake you, but you've got to pay it forward. And if you can't do it, hire a coach. Quit trying to waste the time. Quit thinking you don't have the money. Find the money. If someone told you right now this is your last day on earth unless you can come up with $5,000, you're coming up with $5,000. Sell your car. You know, you're a fitness professional. Sell your car, run back and forth to the gym, buy a bike, figure it out. That's your duty and responsibility to serve people that need you in this industry. You have a duty and a responsibility to get off your gift and serve people that need you.
God, you know what? I'm glad I was in. I've been, I would say coaching, but I've been talking to a club owner that's struggling, reaching out for help, and he's like, "Man, if I just had another $5,000, I can get over this hump." And you're saying what you just said is like, yeah, if it's that passionate, it means that much to you. Sell your car.
Yeah. Or you're, you know what? I look at myself as a producer and a creator. So if I need $5,000, I sit down and go, okay, how do I create another $5,000? I was working on something this morning within the business to produce more revenue so we can continue to expand. Our parking lot's full. 4 of our sessions, our parking lot is pretty much full. And so we don't have a space problem in terms of internally, but we have a parking problem. That means getting a bigger space. I don't know what that means, but I know it's going to take revenue. So I'm sitting down trying to figure out, how do we do this? We have never raised our prices on our current clients. There are facilities in the area that do that. Those guys have been with me. I've had clients that have been in this facility for 10 years training with me. 10 years, that's a long time. One girl is celebrating her 10th year this year. And so I'm not raising your price. That's not going to happen. That's how we run our business. So I'm going to find new, creative, inventive ways to serve those people and provide value. And in exchange for that, we're willing to part with their money.
Oh yeah, I believe that too. Yeah, to really tap into your. I have one more question. How often do you meet with your staff?
Once a week. And when you say staff, I meet with my direct reports. So I don't meet with all of my trainers, but I meet with my direct reports. Yeah. So admin, operations, and lead trainer. And then that lead trainer meets with those trainers. I'm not 100% sure of that schedule.
Okay, that's cool.
That's not.
And that's the key. Most new owners come. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the key. Most new owners come and go, and they don't meet with their staff. It's like you got to meet. You got to be on the same page. You've got to know what's going on. So start meeting once a week. Let's get a game plan together and move forward. You can't move unless you're all on the same page. So yeah, I knew the answer, but I want you to tell everybody else once a week. Very, very important. Dude, thank you.
You can't manage what you don't measure, Jerry. You cannot manage what you don't measure.
Yeah, and I love that you're going to give away that retention calculator, because you're right. A lot of people don't know the difference in how to figure out their retention versus I just went blank. Retention versus what is the never mind, forget it.
Attrition.
Thank you.
Attrition.
Yeah, so there is a difference, and I love that you're going to post that calculator, because it's going to help you, because you got to know where you're at. So cool. Well, thank you so much. I know we're over on time. That's awesome, but like I said, thank you for putting that information out. We'll make sure it's on the links. We'll make sure that wherever his video's at, you'll have the links to download that. Dude, you've been awesome. Anybody else, like I said, that's got something to share, reach out to me. I'm booking, I've got the next month booked, but definitely need more. I want to keep these rolling, and heck, who knows? We could go twice a week. I have nothing to do. I'm just sitting back, chilling. I'm just kidding. But thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Without you, this wouldn't be successful. Like, share, comment, please, please, please. Nobody's sharing this information like this, and this is such vital information. Each one of these videos or interviews are putting out little tidbits that you can actually put inside your club and really change how you run things and help you start changing more lives. So thank you, James. You're an awesome guy. Love you, buddy. And we will talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Bye.